here. Should I do it right here? Man, I hate being this guy vlogging in the wilderness, but here we go. So, I don't want to vlog the whole thing and lose the moment, but I just want to say right now some of the thoughts going through my head. This is going to be my last cigarette, and I packed a lunch, I came all the way out to this mountain, I've been preparing for it, and it's like, even right now I'm rushing to the top. The destination is the top, so I can smoke a cigarette, you know? It's like back in the days where we used to roll and prepare, go somewhere. It was for a reason. And one, I guess, worry that I have is in the future, if I don't have a reason to climb a mountain or prepare or, you know, go out and do things, will I still do it? But then I guess that's like saying smoking is the reason I do anything in nature. I don't think that's true. But one thing that is definitely true is that right now I'm kind of speed running to the top, whereas I know the truth is that the journey is the point. Maybe in my head it's like, run to the top, smoke the cigarette, and then the journey will be the point. You know, it's like always delayed. So cigarettes aren't, or smoking isn't the reason I'm doing it or the reason I'm going to the top. It's the reason I'm missing out on the journey. Here we are in the location of my final ever cigarette. You know, we had to do it special, right? I feel like it's a nice little bow to wrap around the entire smoking chronology, timeline, canon. You know, I'm ready, and I think to quit you have to be ready before quitting, right? Like you can't quit for no reason, and I have many reasons that I won't get too detailed about, but essentially it was spurred on by health. I mean, not to mention the fact that my mum was a big smoker and she had a lot of health complications from it before she died. And my granddad died of pneumonia from smoking in his room all the time. And my dad still smokes to this day, and he's 52. That hurts to imagine all those people at those ages passing away or putting themselves closer and closer to that fate. For what? For nicotine. And I've been through vaping, I've been through heated tobacco, I've been through spliffs, I've been through tobacco bongs. Like, I think I've tried every single way to smoke tobacco and nicotine, and it's all the same, you know. It all ends in this addiction, and that's the main thing I'm here today to conquer and to remove, because addiction is a vice. So here it is. Here is my video to myself, for the final cigarette of my entire life. I wouldn't go through all this and then smoke a cigarette next year or in the next 10 years. This is the rest of my life. I don't know how many years I've got left, probably significantly less because of the 8 years that I've been smoking so far. But a lot of that damage can be healed, and if you're watching this video and you can, quit, then you can reverse a lot of that damage in a very short amount of time, and there's that period of time before you quit. Essentially what happened to me was it became less frequent. I was smoking one cigarette, maybe one cigarette a week, and then that one cigarette a week became worse and worse, and I started hating that cigarette, and I'm like, why am I doing this? It brings me no pleasure. It hurts. It tastes awful. And that reinforces this addiction. Why? It's essentially, and this is the reason I smoke, is because it's a social excuse to talk to people and make friends. I could probably positively say that I got into a relationship because of a cigarette. I asked a girl if she wanted to go and smoke, and then we talked, and then like maybe almost a year of our lives we spent together after that. What do I do? Do I say, now that's why I should continue smoking, and that's why smoking is good because you can make friends. If you have 20 cigarettes, you have 20 friends. This is what one of my friends says. Or do you say, look, you've had that experience of how easy it is to make friends with an excuse. Why don't you just swap it for something? Why don't you just say, hey man, what's your favorite hey bro, what's your favorite pizza topping? Is it pepperoni? You look like a pepperoni guy, You look like a pepperoni. That could be it. You could just fucking weird somebody out, cringe them out. That's, instead of going, what, a cigarette? You just walk into the smoking area and you go, chicken sandwich. And they go, Ollie? I really like picking flowers and giving them to people, and if I quit, then I won't be able to give any more flowers to people. Fair enough, man. That's like no harm, no foul, But if it's like I can't stop killing myself and, get out of an addictive drug, an addictive substance, and reinforcing only negative behaviour because I can't talk to people any other way. Just think about that, How does that sound? How does that sound, really? Sounds pretty awful. So my vow is for discipline, it's for health, is to reach the level of some of the people that I've surrounded myself here, some like athletes, some fucking, champions in the physical game. I'm not saying I'm going to be the best, I never have been the best. I feel like you are born with it to a degree, the tendency to exercise and just be really good at sport. I don't have that, but I think personally I am on a journey to become as best as I can. I've always had this vision of like me when I'm 50 and I'm like, in good shape. I'm like doing stuff. I'm active. I want to stay active. I don't want to. Oh, I ran for 20 minutes. Now my lung feels like it's going to explode. And I'm 24. So health, discipline, putting in 100%, locking in. That is my vow. Stay disciplined. If cigarette is the marker of my amount of discipline, then that's a great marker. My lack of smoking. If I'm smoking, then I know that I've really failed in life. Because everything that I've learned here is eye-opening, man. You know, the people that you meet, the inspiration that you get from traveling and meeting people and working and living abroad, especially in a place that you know that you want to return to, is phenomenal. And to take anything back from this place, to take anything back, the ultimate souvenir, the ultimate gift for me would be getting rid of things, getting rid of bad habits, getting rid of bad thoughts, getting rid of negativity as a whole. That will be the best, because that's what I'm going to do. You know, when it comes time for you to quit smoking, whoever you are, you have to say the same thing. You know, I will. Once you get over it, you will never go back. And there's a journey, there's books that I can recommend. There's people that I can recommend listening to, you know. But it depends on your personality. You know, some books you'd love, some books you'd absolutely hate. So, and it depends how, you know, ready you are. I'm going to put this video out. Maybe not. If it reaches you, or, you know, inspires you to at least start thinking about quitting whatever addiction you've got, then that makes me happy. That will make everybody that you know happy. And if it doesn't make them happy, and you know, you quitting, bro? Why are you quitting, bro? Then maybe you should also look at those people, look at the people you surround yourself with. Are they there for you? Are they there for the best intentions, or are they not? And if not, you need to put a little bit of distance between you and them, maybe temporarily, maybe forever. And that's something you have to be prepared to do if you go on a journey like this. And that's one of the hardest things, is moving away from people that, you know, simply aren't there for you. To get here, I needed the excuse of smoking. Oh, it has to be the perfect location, it has to be perfect, it has to be the ultimate, you know? And I basically ran up this mountain to get here to smoke a cigarette, while in my head saying, I'll enjoy the moment on the way down. What? Now, there's a few things in my life, like being late. I mean, it's really late now, it's 6 p.m. So we're going to see the sunset. So that was another reason why maybe there was a bit of haste getting up this mountain. I don't want to be stuck. I also fly home tomorrow, so I really want to get my flight. This whole endeavour, this video, this mission is for me in the future. So I can't give advice to me in the future. I can only tell you what I've learned. And I need to make a vow. And I'm going to make it up right now, but I hope that you still live by it. There's so many reasons not to smoke that it's just like pick one and live by it. It's like, no, you have to be aware of all the horrible things that come with smoking. And my vow is to okay, since I've been here in Japan, I feel like I've not given 100%. And I cannot imagine living the rest of my life without giving 100%. Like, can you imagine you get to the end of your life and you're going, Gordy, I only gave like 70%, I could have given so much more. What the hell, man? And then that's it, you go home, or you die, you know, or that person disappears, or you lose the job. You're like, no, I could have given more, and it's like, it's too late for that. Too late. You need to give 100% while you're on the task at hand, and that requires the ultimate concentration. That requires the strictest diet, the strictest use of your time. You know, become like disciplined, and discipline is not something you can get from a day or from a singular experience or a tab. discipline is that everyday practice of constantly improving until you reach a point where it becomes maintenance, and then you improve in other areas, and then that just becomes maintenance. But man, I'm young, and already so many years of my life have been lost because of a lack of discipline, because of that lack of improvement, because of that lack of not caring, you know. You can call it whatever. You can call it focus, you can call it concentration, you can call it discipline, you know. But I think what it is it's a vision that I don't want to lose. Nicotine just doesn't fit into that vision. Smoking doesn't fit into that vision. Even weed doesn't fit into that vision, and drugs, they just don't. Okay, it's time. It's time to smoke the last cigarette I will ever smoke. Mount Takao in Japan. So, you're probably wondering, what cigarettes did you bring? This is where I realised I forgot the cigarettes. So, final cigarette, final review, I guess, of a cigarette, or cigarettes as a thing, is final cigarette review. Chunghwa cigarettes. Said to be the most official, the most valuable in terms of their status and their what would you call it? Their aura. You have a pack of these, you have plus aura, especially if you're a businessman. Yep, I've got a lot left. And we're just going to go straight for the lucky cigarette. Maybe for the first time ever, I'm not smoking the lucky cigarette last. I'm going to smoke it first, but last, because this is the last one ever. So the story of these cigarettes, I bought them in China, and I used them to pay for a bicycle. I got a free bicycle, and then I paid off the uncle that gave me the bawan with a couple of cigarettes, and it was fine with them. So first things first, there's an inscription on the cig. It says chunghwa. It's got a little. I think that is a place in China. It might be somewhere in Beijing or something. I'm not sure. Some script on it. You can see the filter to tobacco ratio is pretty good. I'd say it's like maybe almost 1/3 about, yeah. And these are about 11 milligrams, both in tar and in nicotine, so pretty strong. Pretty strong. One of the big things about the journey of at least becoming conscious of the addiction that you have is the awareness that you have while smoking. So you have to really be aware of what it feels like to pull the cigarette out, to look at it, smell it. It smells like... I remember smelling my dad's cigarettes when I was young. I used to love the smell of them. Right? You know, unlit. Quite a nostalgic smell for me. I remember being a kid, picking up my dad's pack of cigarettes and smelling them. I was maybe 10, 11, 12. That's another reason why I want to quit, is not to put my kid in that potential situation. Very nostalgic, almost perfumey. I don't know if that's me. Smell really nice, but I know that as soon as you light it, it stops. And this is just a generic Bic pink lighter from Family Mart. This is not sentimental, it's not a Zippo, it's not, you know, a Smoko Club, exclusive club lighter, because that sentimentality that you have towards the gear that you use to smoke is also a big proponent in keeping you in. I learned that. I mean, I've got so many lighters that every country I visited, I brought back a lighter. That was like my thing. China, I'm not gonna bring one back. Japan, I'm not gonna bring one back. It ends, you know. What's the point in collecting something that I might never use again, apart from incense? And yeah, you can see the filter now. It's nice and white, nice and clean. Doesn't need to focus on that detail. Yeah. Cheers. The first drag tends to be the best because, look, it's still clean on the back. Got all the time in the world. I'm relaxed. I'm hiding it because somebody's walking past already. That's already a big downside. Is I don't like other people seeing that I'm smoking in a sacred place. I mean, I'm also talking into a camcorder, so I'm not exactly the ideal guiding tours right now, am I? But soon I'll only be half as bad. That guilt feeling already is like prevalent, you know. It's already here. I'm already like, oh, I'm smoking. Oh no. I guess it's relaxing in the sense that, I'm here, I can sit and relax, but there's absolutely nothing stopping me from doing that anyway. Just going, you know? The taste is, it's a very cigarette taste. I picked these ones because they're not menthol, they're not pops. It's just straight, strong cigarette. This is a fag. I think about my teeth a lot, and I normally put it behind my front teeth, or I used to put it behind my front teeth, because I hate that yellow ring that a lot of smokers get. It's so awful, and you know, losing any more teeth than I've already lost, not related to smoking or brushing my teeth, that's another story, would be horrible. Teeth are, you know, part of you. They're your tools. Losing a tooth is like, oh, it's horrible. Already the filter is getting more and more yellow. And I remember when I first started, I looked at that and I go, imagine the colour running down and being absorbed into your body. Like, that's what you look like on the inside. The smell is horrible. And look, there was a point in China where I was smoking every single day, multiple cigarettes a day. In my room, I was smoking in my room. And the smell would be horrible. I'd have to like light incense and keep all the windows open. Vaping, don't even get me started, because that's just, I mean, it smells okay, but imagine you can just do it inside. Oh my god. It's a good time to think and make promises, I guess, as well. But now, for this rest of this cigarette, the last thing, I'm just going to think about this. I'm not really going to vocalize it anymore. And there's more people coming. But for this last bit, I'm just going to smoke. I'm not going to care about other people. Okay, I'm going to pause. It makes you look belligerent. It makes you look doesn't make you look cool. It makes you just look like an arsehole. You come all the way to the top of this mountain and then you're smoking a fag. It's like, what's wrong with you? Smoking in a Shinto shrine. What an asshole. Okay, back. The final drags of my last ever cigarette. So, that's it. And no, I'm not going to take that home and put it on my wall or keep that as a memento or anything. I don't want to be reminded. I don't want to remember this cigarette. It was just like all the others. And I could say, wow, that was the best cigarette I ever had, but I will bury this on the mountain and we will leave it here.